Hello everybody, and welcome to today's video. That starts banging. So in today's video, it's not actually planned. So every morning I milk the cows, and then once I've milked the cows, I'll come down here with a JCB and box with some corn in these buckets for these heifers. So there's 47 heifers in here, and one of these heifers was sat in the field and it was like coughing quite badly, and I thought, well, that's instantly wrong. It's sat away from the others, so it's sat. There's something wrong. It's done something wrong. And there's a campsite at the back of this field, and I could see. I thought, has someone chucked something over the wall and it's eaten it or something? You know, something's wrong. It's like choking, like struggling to breathe. And as I get closer to it, I pull this out of its mouth. Now, I thought this looks like a plastic bag. Now, but I've realised since it actually isn't a plastic bag. It is some sort of like balloon. I'll just flip the camera around so you can read what it says on it, because it's got some writing on it. Right, so I've just put it in the JCB so you can read it. It says, "To Dad, I miss something." It's all been scribbled out. Give you big something. Know everything is going well. Happy birthday, love, Ryan. Now, I don't know. No idea who's let this go. But I think it's just worth pointing out that actually you shouldn't be doing things like this. Because when it lands in a field full of livestock or cows, I mean, it could be sheep, it could be anything, and they're inquisitive. They will eat things they shouldn't do. So they basically they'll eat things that they shouldn't do at the end of the day. And it's very important for me to make sure this field and their living environment doesn't have anything in that's going to cause them harm. Which it doesn't do, because it's dry stone walls, and then it's just grass in the middle of the field. There's a bit of hay and a ring feeder, but there's nothing in here that should cause them any harm. And it's part of my job, really, at the end of the day, to make sure that they're fit, well, and looked after, because it's very rewarding when they are. But to find one struggling to breathe, I mean, as soon as I got that out of her mouth, because she let me walk up to her and get it out, she just jumped up and she's ran off back with these, and she's eating corn like nothing's happened. But if I hadn't have been here and she'd have carried on eating that, or it had got into her lungs, and it would have suffocated her, and quite frankly, I'd have been coming down here with a chain and dragging her out, because she'd be dead. So, at the end of the day, if anyone has any bright ideas about letting balloons off, I've no idea what the history or story behind that balloon is. Please don't, because if I wasn't here, the poor heifer, wherever she's gone, I've made a note of her number, she would have died, quite frankly, and that, at the end of the day, that's not fair on her. Because she doesn't know. These animals, I mean, they're intelligent to an extent, but they don't know not to eat things that they shouldn't, because they're inquisitive and they'll eat things they shouldn't do. That's why it's part of my job to make sure that they're not going to eat anything that's going to cause them harm. So please, anyone that's watching this that's got some idea of letting a balloon off, or sky lanterns, they were a big thing. I've found a couple of them before. Please don't. And please don't let them off. And occasionally you find some rubbish, because this field I'm actually in at the minute has got a public footpath through it. A lot of our ground actually has a public footpath through. The field on the other side of that wall does. That's actually got 2 public footpaths through that field. Because it forks off. But occasionally you'll find quite a bit of rubbish on the public footpath where someone's had a picnic, or they've left bottles and crisp packets and even bits of clothing. There were a pair of wellies, one on that style and another one on the style down there. At one point, not sure someone's lost their footwear at some point. We find all sorts on a public footpath, and it just goes to show when something like this happens, when was one actually choking on a balloon, which I thought actually, from a distance, it looked like a plastic bag. I thought, it looked, which it does do really, when from a distance, but I'm gonna have to take that away and put it in the bin now. But yeah, just message at the end of the day is please be wary of. Please think of others. Basically, when you're letting balloons off, think where are they going to end up? Because at the end of the day, that animal, whichever one it was, doesn't deserve to die because someone's let a balloon off. So yeah. But anyway, I'm going to go back to doing me farming now. So if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. But I didn't really feel like saying that at the end of today's video, because it could have ended a very, very worse. Could have been a very different outcome, shall we say. But thankfully, they're all here. We've done a count and they're all here. They're all fine. But you just need to be wary at the end of the day of other, not especially other people, but animals, wildlife, livestock that graze in the fields. Just be wary that they don't know what a plastic bag is. They've never seen a plastic bag before. They are inquisitive and they will nibble on it and cause themselves harm. So today's lesson, just watch what you do with your rubbish and be wary about letting balloons and other things off into the air. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you. Bye.